Hi everyone, very good afternoon. Guys, I think I'm audible. Just let me know in the chat box. Confirm me once, and then we are just going to start the mega marathon of JIPMAT QA plus LR. So in this class, definitely we will focus on few of the important chapters, which is just in demand from you guys, that is calendar and clocks, when we are talking about logical reasoning. So specifically when we are talking about logical reasoning, we will go with the questions based on calendars and clocks as you guys demanded for the particular chapter. Now just let me know once in the chat box we are live now and I'm completely audible and visible to you guys. Just let me know in the chat box. Perfect. So without wasting the time, let's jump on to the very first question, because we are just going with the reasoning part first, in which we will discuss specifically the two chapters, which is calendar and clocks, as you guys demanded for that. So definitely we'll go for the practice session of these questions based on these two chapters, that is calendars and clocks. And then further we will jump on to the QA section, quants part, and we'll see some shortcuts and a few important questions based on QA. Now, low audio. Am I not completely audible to everyone? Just let me know in the chat box. Everybody, guys, just let me know in the chat box. Am I completely audible to you guys? Is the voice low to everybody, or it is just specifically to few of the students? Chalo, perfect. Beta, just the mic is very near to me. I think that now it is. Now am I audible? Perfect, है ना? Clear. Chalo. So let's talk about the very first question. We are jumping on the very first part, and definitely we will discuss each and everything based on calendars first, and then we will definitely move on to clocks as well. So few of the important questions which we missed out in our previous marathons. Yes, we will take up those type of questions based on calendar, where no specific date is mentioned, and they will talk about what will be the day on this particular date, right? So thank you so much, Ronan. Chalo, let's talk about the very first question. Here we have, if 15th August 2011 was Monday, what day of the week was on 17th September 2011? So let's have a look on this question. We know that the question is based on calendar, and we will go with number of odd days. That is, here we have Monday, and the question is asking about what day of the week is on 17th September of the same month. So first of all, we will not going to discuss about leap or non-leap year. Why? Because we know that February is already excluded out of this date. February lies before this 15th August. So currently we are just going with the number of odd days which is left in August. So we know that August is of 31 days over in all, right? Out of 31 days, we already exhausted 15 days. So 31 minus 15 will give you what? 16. 16 days left in August. So we are just moving 16 days ahead. Dividing it by 7, we know that the remainder will be equals to 2. So for August, we have 2 odd days. And now let's talk about next portion. Here we have, after August, we have September. Talking about September, we have, yes, 2 odd days. But we are not going to cover the complete September. We just have to go for 17 September only. So talking about these 17 days, what we have to do is just divide this by 7. On dividing it by 7, the value will be equals to 3. 7 to the 40, and the remainder will be equals to 3. So we can say, yes, this value will be equals to what? This value will be equals to 3 here. So number of odd days is 5. So either adding 5 or just subtracting 2, we get the right answer. Monday minus 1 will be Sunday, Sunday minus 1 will be Saturday. So correct answer for this question will be Saturday, which is option number A is the correct one. I hope the question is clear, and the question is based on basic level. This is not that much moderate or advanced level question. Basic funda, that is depending upon the odd number of days. Now let's talk about another question we have. If 5th January 1991 was Saturday, then what day of the week was it on 4th March 1992? Yes, we can say this is based on moderate level questions. So I think that we should go with the concept of odd days, but including the leap and non-leap year. Why we are talking about leap and non-leap year? Because 5th January, as the statement says, 5th January 1991, Saturday, and the question is asking about 4th March 1992. So if talking about 4th March 1992, first of all, just traveling for the next year, 5th January 1991 to 5th January 1992. If going with 1 year ahead, it means that one non-leap year, because we know that from 5th January 1991 to 5th January 1992 is a non-leap year. 1992 is a leap year, but which date is responsible for being a year as a leap year? That is 29th of Feb. And 29th of Feb is just falling right after this particular date. So we can say yes, 5th January 1992 till 5th January 1992, this time period is a non-leap year. So for one non-leap year, we will add 1. Saturday plus 1 will be equals to Sunday. Now the year becomes same. Considering about this part, here we are moving for 4th of March 1992. Now the year is same and we are moving with the number of odd days. So total, we are aware about the fact that January contains 31 days, and out of this 31 days, 31 minus 5 will be equals to what? 26. So 26 divided by 7 is 7 3s are 21 and 5 remains. So it means that 5 odd days will be in the January. I am just repeating it. Total number of days in January is what? Total number of days in January is 31. We already exhausted 5 days. So it means that we should travel 26 days in January. On dividing this by 7, what happens? 7 3s are 21 and 5 remains. 5 is the number of odd days in January. Further, if talking about Feb, Feb is just leap year because it is 1992. So it means that we can say yes, the odd day of Feb will be equals to 1 because 29th of Feb. 29th divided by 7 will be equals to what? 7 4s are 28, remains 1. Further, if talking about March, 4 more days to go. So 5, 4, 9 and 1, 10. So entirely we have 10. On dividing this 10 by 7, the odd days will be 3. It means that Sunday plus 3 will be the result. So Sunday plus 3 will be Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So Wednesday means what? Wednesday means option number B for Bangalore, the champions of IPL, 2026 is the right answer for this question. Chalo, perfect, nice, बहुत बढ़िया. तो chat box भी बढ़िया move कर रहा है. Now let's move ahead with another question, and this is bit different. Now the point is, we will just take few more minutes to understand the question and the concept based on this question. Which concept is we are going to apply on this concept, on this question, and that is 26th January 1950. Such type of questions are sometimes can be asked where no reference point is given. They are just going to ask you, tell me the day of the week which is falling on 26th January 1950. Now what you have to do, remember two important things. First important thing is, if the remainder becomes 0, it means if, let's talk about odd days, I am just talking about odd days, and then talking about day which is falling on that particular day. If we have 0 odd days, for 0 odd day, what will be the day? The day will be equals to Sunday, remember this. And if the remainder is 1, then definitely right after Sunday is Monday. If talking about 2 odd days, it means this is Tuesday. If talking about next part, here we have 3 odd days. For 3 odd days, we have right after Tuesday is Wednesday. And for 4 odd days, we have Thursday. And currently, if talking about 5 odd days means Friday. And finally, if we have 6 odd days means Saturday. So this is the first thing which you have to keep in mind when you are attempting such type of questions. Now, if talking about further next part, what happens here is, let's say when we are going to find this particular portion, you have to go for, first of all, you just have to find century years. How many centuries we have? Correct. And for century, you will divide the entire year by 400. This is the first part. Right after century, we will talk about left out years, right? So considering the very first part, let's move to century years. You will divide it by 400. 400, why? Because we know that for every 400 year will be the leap year. So what happens here is, if talking about the entire portion here, 1950, on dividing 1950, what happens? 19 50 when dividing by 400, on dividing by 400, this becomes what? 4 4s are 16. So this value will be equals to 1600 and this value will be equals to 350. So currently talking about this, you will just cancel this 1600. This 1600 will, the value will be equals to 0. You don't have to count this 1600. Now you just have to focus on 350 years. Now left with how many years? Left with 350 years. So if talking about 350 years, what happens here is you have total 300 years, 300 years plus you will talk about 49 years. Why 49 years? Because we don't have to travel the entire 1950. We should just talk about 26 January 1950. It means that when we start with January 1950, we have to go till 26th of January 1950 and not going to cross the whole complete year. We are not talking about complete 1950. So currently, we are taking it as 300 years and then 49 years. So out of this total year 1950, 1600 is already excluded. Why? Because 1600 is just the multiple of 400, which is a leap year. So we'll definitely just cross everything and just cancel this out every time. Every single time you just have to divide it by 400, and on dividing it by 400, you just have to take up the value which is the remainder. So remainder is the thing which is important. Here we have 350 and just break it as century years. 300 means 3 centuries and plus 49 complete years and few more part of the 350th year, right? So by doing so, we can also write like this, yes, plus 49, and then we can say, yes, we have 26 more days. We have 26 more days, correct? So entirely we can say, yes, 300 years plus 49 years plus 26 more days. This is 26 January 1950. 1600 year cancel out, and then we have 300 years plus 49 years plus 26 days. Now the important part is when you talk about this 300 years, what happens is, because this is the key parameter which you have to focus on. When the concept is clear to you guys, just hit me like or just let me know that everything is Sprite ki tarah clear hai. You can drop S in the chat box for Sprite ki tarah clear hai, right? So if talking about this portion, what happens? Remember, first of all, I'm just going with only 100 years. What happens only for 100 years? What happens for only 100 years? Out of these 100 years, we know that 100 is not a leap year. 100 is not a leap year because this is a century year, and when we are talking about century year, we are just going to divide it by 400. If the year is completely divided by 400, it means it is a leap year. If it is not divisible by 400, it means it is an ordinary year or a non-leap year, right? So let's talk about this 100 years. What happens? We will just get 24. Let's talk about this portion. 24, we have leap years. We have 24 leap years plus we have 76 non-leap years in this 100 years. How? Because we know that 25 4s are 100. But 25 4s are 100 means what? 25th year will not be a leap year, because in 100, this, if talking about this 100 years, this is not completely divisible by 400. So it means that the last, we are just getting 24 leap years. After getting 24 leap years, we know that we have 76 non-leap years. Further, as I told you guys that for leap years you are adding 2 and for non-leap year you are adding 1, correct? So let's move to the next part. Here the value will be equals to what? Here the value will be equals to 2 4s are 8 and this value is 48 plus this value is 76. If you add this 8 and 6 14 and further 7 and 5 12, 124. So this 124 is for what? Is for 100 years. But we have to go for 300 years. We have to go for 300 years. So for solving this 300 year, I am just going to multiply this complete data with 3. So for 300 years, the value will be equals to 300 years. The value will be equals to 3 into 124 and the value will be equals to 3 4s are 12 and further this value will be equals to 372. If you divide this by 7, what happens? 7 5s are 35 and 2 remains 22, 7 3s are 21, 1 odd day. So we have 1 odd day. 1 odd day in which? In all these 300 years. So we have 1 odd day for this. Similarly, if talking about 49 years, 12 4s are 48. It means that if talking about this portion, we know that here, going with the part further, this value will be equals to beta 49 years. Let's talk about this portion. So for 49 years, what happens here is this value will be equals to 12 4s are 48. It means 12 leap years. And further, here we have 37 non-leap years. So if we go for the calculation for leap year, we are adding 2, and for 37 non-leap year, we will add 1. So the value will be equals to 24 plus 37. This value will be equals to 7 4 11 61. So if talking about, yes, you can divide it by 7. 7 8s are 56. It means that 5 remains. So for this, we have 5 over here. This value is 5. And talking about this, here we have 26 days. 7, if talking about 7 3s are 21. Again, we have 5 over here. So here we have 5 and 5, 10 and 1, 11. So we have 11 days, again dividing it by 7. It means 4 remains. It means 4 remains. So finally we have 4. If odd days is 4, it means the day will be equals to Thursday. So it means that if talking about this portion, this day is what? This day will be Thursday. You guys can Google it that 26 January 1950 falls on which day. So correct answer for this is what? Thursday. This is how it will work out. Yes, AK Tech, I don't know what's your correct name. So basically when we are talking about century years, what happens here is, I'm just going to tell you guys, those who understand the whole concept, of this question are advised to go for this particular question. What was the day of the week on 4th June 2002? Now I'm just going to tell you why we are taking 24 leap years instead of taking 25 leap years. What is the reason? The reason is when you start with a very basic, let's say 2000 is completely divisible by what? 400. It means that it is a leap year, right? Similarly, 2004 will be the leap year. Similarly, 2008 will be the leap year. But when you go like this further, you know that if talking about here we have 2000, let's say we are just going with 92. Yes, this is a leap year. Further, if we go with 2000, if we go like this, 2096, yes, this is a leap year. But beta, if talking about 2100, now this is not a leap year. This is non-leap year. Why this is a non-leap year? Because this is a century year ending with 00. This is a century year. So if we have a century year, what happens? We will divide it by 400 rather than dividing it by 4. Now we are not going to divide this by 4 because this is ending with 00. And the year which is ending with 00 is a century year. And for century year, if you gonna find the year as leap year or non-leap year, you have to divide it by 400. So this complete value is not divisible by 400. That's why this is a non-leap year. So starting with this part, starting with this 100 years, talking about this 100 years, or you can say from 2001 to 2100, for this total 100 years, what happens is you have only 24 leap years. This is non-leap year. That's why the 25th leap year will occur when? 21 on 2104. This is the 25th leap year. That's why we are just considering for every 100 years, there will always be only and only 24 leap years, and rest 76 will be non-leap years. This is how it will work out. Now, let's talk about this particular question. It will be easier for you. Yes, so I'm getting answers as Monday. Let's talk about this particular question. Here the value is what? 4th June 2002. Guys, as we know that 2002 means what? We can just divide it like this. 2000, which is completely divisible by 400. Just cancel this out. This value will be equals to 2000 and remainder is 0. Just left it out. Now left with 1 year, 1 complete year, right? 1 year plus how many days? 4th June. So we can say yes, we have the whole Jan, then we have Feb, then we have March, then we have April, and then we have May, and then we have June, right? So let's talk about 4th June. We are talking about 4th June. So if talking about the portion 1 year, this 1 year is what? 2001. So 2001 is a non-leap year. For one non-leap year, you will add just 1. Jan, yes, we know that this value will be 3 odd days. For this Feb 2002, which is a non-leap year, 0 odd days. For March, 3, April, 2, May 3, and June 4, it means 4 odd days. So 4 plus 3, 7, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. Now left with 2. If talking about 2, what happens? For 2, if talking about the portion, what is the value for 2? 2 means what? Tuesday. So it means that if talking about this portion, the value will be equals to what? Tuesday is the right answer for this question. This is how it will work out, correct? So correct answer for this is 4th June 2002 is Tuesday. Perfect, perfect, perfect. चलो, है ना, क्लास में करवाया था. Perfect. चलो, I'm just going with, guys, just let me know. Just give me a moment, please. Students, just give me a moment. There's a technical glitch. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. We are just waiting for this board to start. I hope that the concept which we discussed for calendar is clear to you guys. This type of question, I think sometimes, yes, it is important one कि हाँ कभी-कभी ये पूछ लेते हैं. So you should be aware about the fact that how we are just going with these type of questions. Correct? Yes, we have another method to find such type of questions within, I think, slightly lesser time. But point is, when you are going with such concept, what happens? There is a coding, and it is bit difficult for you to understand कि हाँ कैसे आप याद रखोगे coding. There is so many things to code. For century years, there is different codes. For left out years, you have different codes. Correct? So that's why just check it out. Yes. Yes, so let's move on to the next part. Here we have the question based on clocks. The question says here is, when the minute hand covers a distance of 1 hour 20 minutes, then what is the angular distance covered by it? है ना? चलो. So if talking about the portion, what happens here is, let's say if talking about the portion where if talking about hour hand, what happens here is, talking about hour hand, the value will be equals to, in the class we already discussed about this, that hour hand is just covering in 1 minute, that will be equals to half degree, right? And if talking about minute hand, we discussed about this, that in 1 minute minute hand is covering 6 degree, and if talking about second hand, the second hand is just covering in 1 minute equals to 360 degree. So this is the concept which we already discussed in the class, right? Now currently going with the part, minute hand covers a distance of 1 hour 20 minutes. Then what is the angular distance covered by it? So let's talk about this portion. This is the statement for minute hand. If talking about the minute hand, total number of minutes here we have 80 minutes, because we know that 1 hour contains what? 1 hour is just containing 60 minutes, and we have 20 more minutes, that will be equals to total of entirely 80 minutes. So 80 minutes means what? 80 into 6 degree, this value will be equals to 480 degree is the right answer. So option number C is the correct for this particular question. Yes, so let's move on to the next part. I think that this question can be done by you guys. I think this question can be done by you guys. I am waiting for the response. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this. What is the angle traced by our hand in 15 minutes? Correct answer is option number A, perfect. As we discussed here about our hand, what the statement says, for our hand we have 1 minute equals to half degree. So if we are going for 1 minute, 1 minute is equals to half degree. It means that if talking about 15 minutes, then definitely will be equals to 15 divided by 2. So the value will be equals to half into 15. That value will be equals to 7.5 degrees, the right answer for this question. So option number A is the correct one. Yes, I think that this is something, if talking about the portion, yes, here we have something different. Let's talk about the part. This is 850. The question says here is, this is 850, and yes, sure. What will be the angle between the two hands of a clock when the time is 850? We are sure about the concept that when we are talking about the angle, that will be equals to either 30h minus 11 by 2 minute or 11 by 2 minute minus 30h. So we are taking the mod value of this. On putting the value, what will be this is 30 into h means 8, and minus 11 by 2 into, if talking about this, is 50. So 8 3s are 24. This value will be equals to 240 minus 11 into 25, and this value will be equals to 240 minus 11 5s are 55. 5 remains. 11 2s are 22 and 5 27. So the difference is of mod value, and finding the value will be equals to 35. So 35 degree is the right answer, which is option number D for Delhi Capitals is the correct answer for this question. Very good, nice. So you guys are doing amazing. बहुत बढ़िया. It is easy to moderate, Ronan. Easy to moderate. Yes, sometimes bit upper level from moderate. It is not that much advanced. है ना? चलो. At what time between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock will the hands of the clock be together? So if talking about this portion, clock beat together, together means what? They are just dating together. It means that if talking about the hands of a clock means we are talking about hour hand and minute hand. So they are just going to date each other, and dating means the angle will be equals to what? That will be equals to 0 degree. So what happens here is, guys, if talking about the portion, what happens here? Theta equals to 0 degree, and theta is equals to, the formula is 30h minus 11 by 2 minute. So if we put theta equals to 0, what happens? This value will be equals to 0, and h will be equals to 1. H will be equals to means r will be equals to 1 minus 11 by 2 minute. So 11 by 2 minute shifted to left hand side, and this value will be equals to 30. Minute will be equals to 60 divided by 11, which is equals to 11 5s are 55, and 5 remains. 5 whole 5 by 11 minutes. It means that if talking about this, 5 whole 5 by 11 minute past 1 is the right answer. B for Bangalore is the correct answer for this question. Nice, very good. Chalo, perfect. है ना? So let's go ahead with this one more question. At what time between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock will the hands of a clock be in the same straight line but not together? Beta, breakup wala case hai ye. Because statement says okay, in a straight line but not together. It means that the angle will be equals to what? 180 degree. It means that theta must be equals to 180 degree. So now if talking about the portion, the same formula, and just let me know the correct answer for this question. Waiting for the response. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this question. A. All right. A is the correct one. 5 whole 5 by 11 for this. Anybody? Just let me know. Chalo, I'm going with the solution. The statement says here is at what time between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock will the hands of a clock be in the same straight line but not together. So theta is equals to 30h minus 11 by 2 minute, and if theta is equals to 180 degree and 30 into h will be equals to what? This value will be equals to 7 minus 11 by 2 minute, right? So if talking about the portion here, the value will be equals to what? This is 7 3s are 210, and this value will be equals to minus 180. This value will be shifted to left hand side. So this value is 11 by 2 minute will be equals to 30, and here we can say m is equals to 60 by 11. So yes, we can say 5 whole 5 by 11. So it means that 5 whole 5 by 11 minutes past 7 is the correct answer for this question. Yes, here is the important question based on clock, and this is the last question which we are discussing on clock, and then we will move on to quants. Let's talk about this question. The question is saying that at what time between 7 o'clock and, sorry, at what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of a clock be 4 minutes apart? This is a question which you guys have to complete. Now see how it will work out. We have two different cases for it. The question says here is at what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of a clock be 4 minutes apart. So let's talk about 60 minutes. If I'm going with 60 minutes, what happens in 60 minutes? Let's talk about hour hand and let's talk about minute hand. So if talking about these two parts, what happens here is in 60 minutes, our hand is just going only from, let's say if I'm talking about this portion, we can say yes, it is just traveling 5 minutes only. Our hand is just traveling 5 minutes only. 5 minutes only. Yes, we can, how we can say, let's say we started the class at 1 p.m., right? So from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. If talking about from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. what happens in 1 hour, in 60 minutes, what happens? The hour hand is just shifted from 1 to 2. So from 1 to 2 means what? How much minute? Only 5 minutes. So it means that in entire 60 minutes, our hand is just shifted only 5 minutes. But if talking about 60 minutes, minute hand is just traveling 60. This is drifted away 60 minutes, right? So what is the difference? The difference between these two is of 55 minutes. It means that there is a difference of 55 minutes. As the statement says, here the distance will be 4 minutes apart. But in 60 minutes, what is the difference? The difference is 55 minutes. So we can say yes, if talking about 55 minutes, what happens here is 55 minutes is in how many minutes? 60 minutes. So we can say yes, the difference between hour hand and minute hand is of 55 minutes in 60 minutes. In 1 hour, there is a difference of only 55 minutes in between these two hands. Now the point is, if we go for, let's say we are just going to find the value of 1 minute, what happens here is the value will be equals to what? 60 divided by 55. 60 divided by 55 minutes. Now, this is just hint for you guys. I think from here you guys can do something better. There is just only, we are a couple of steps away from the answer. So this is the hint for you guys. You guys can just go with this step and find the correct answer for this question. Waiting for the response. Just let me know in the chat box what will be the correct value for this. If it is okay, just let me know in the chat box. Yes, it is clear to everybody, because this statement is important. And currently, if we talk about at what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of a clock be 4 minutes apart. So we can say, if talking about 3, let's talk about, I'm just going with the concept. Focus here and just try to understand what I'm going to tell you. Is this in 1 minute? We have 60 divided by 55 minutes. Yes, we can cancel this as well. 12 divided by 11. So we can just write like this, 12 divided by 11. So if talking about this portion, we know that for 1 minute value, for every 1 minute, the gap will be of how much minute? The gap will be, if talking about here, we have 12 by 11 minutes. 12 by 11 minutes. This is the gap, correct? So now let's talk about the part that how we can also write like this, that here this value will be, we are just going to erase this all and going with the solution. Now what happens here is, if talking about between 3 and 4, now let's talk about exactly at 3. If it happens at exactly at 3, what happens? We know that this is a clock, and at exactly 3, this is the time. This is the time, correct? So it means that this is currently at 15 minutes, because if talking about this is 3 and this is 12, so 3 means what? Equals to 15 minutes. So it means that our hand is at 15 minutes. So it means that either 15 minus 4, why we are talking about 4 minutes apart? It means that if our hand is at 15 minutes, then the minute hand will be either just before this our hand, correct? So 15 minus 4, it means either we will talk about 11 minutes, or we will just go for 15 plus 4. 15 plus 4, why 15 plus 4? Because it also happens that just minute hand is going to surpass this hour hand. So 15 plus 4 means what? 19 minutes. So it means that if this hour hand is at 15 minutes, so either 15 minus 4 or 15 plus 4 will work out. So we have to find the value for 11 minutes and we have to find the value for 19 minutes. Let's talk about this 11 minutes. So for 11 minutes, what happens here is, if talking about for 11 minutes, what happens is 12 divided by 11, 12 divided by 11 into 11, the value will be equals to 12 minutes. It means that 3:12. The time is 3:12. 12 minutes past 3, 12 minutes past 3. We have two such options, option A and option C. 12 minutes past 3, 12 minutes past 3. Now let's talk about this part. For 19 minutes, what happens here is, for 19 minutes, what will be the value? So 12 divided by 11 into 19, this value will be equals to 12 into 19 divided by 11. This value 12 9s are, this value will be equals to 108, 10 remains, 12 1s are 12, and 10, 22 divided by 11. So 11 20 times is 228 by 11. So 20 whole 8 by 11. 20 whole 8 by 11, if talking about, we don't have any such particular value currently. We can say yes, here is 20 whole 8 by 11, and I guess yes, there's a chance of options mistake, because currently this is 15 plus 4 is 19, and here we have yes. So this is just a slight mistake from my end. The option will be equals to, that will be 20 whole 8 by 11. So we can say yes, 20 whole 8 by 11, this is just one thing, and 3 minutes past 13. So yes, the correct answer for this, we can say yes, this value is the correct one, and absolutely this value is the correct one, right? Now let's talk about question number, next talking about the quants part. Guys, if talking about the portion, what happens here is, the question says here, if talking about this question, based on simple and compound interest, the statement says here is simple interest on a certain sum of money for 3 years at 8% per annum is half the compound interest on rupees 4,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum. The sum placed on simple interest is. So guys, it is very clear that when we are just going with the formula for compound interest, the formula is P, and here we have 1 plus R divided by 100 whole power n minus 1. This is the formula for finding compound interest, and you know that simple interest is equals to P into R into T divided by 100. So if we go with the calculation, the statement says that simple interest on a certain sum of money, principal is unknown, for 3 years at 8% per annum is half. So it means that we are sure about the statement simple interest is half of compound interest, right? Further, simple interest, the principal is missing, and if talking about rate we have 8%, and if talking about time, we have 3 years divided by 100, we have currently half into principal is 4,000 here, principal is 4,000, and next here we have 1 plus rate is 10%. For talking about the number of years, the number of years is 2 minus 1, and this is the value. Now just let me know what will be the correct answer for this particular question. So just going with the calculation, this value will be equals to P, and we can say yes, 100 divided by 24, this value becomes 100 divided by 24, because if you shift this value on the right hand side, this value will be equals to 100 divided by 24. Further, this value is equals to 2000, because half into 4000 will be 2000. Now let's talk about this. Here we have 11 divided by 10. 11 divided by 10 means 121 divided by 100 and minus 1. This is the value. Further, let's talk about this 100 divide by 24 into we have 2000, and further just going with this 21 divide by 100, 21 divide by 100, yes, this will be cancelled out. And further talking about the portion 4, 4 6 and 4, this is 500, further 2 3s and 250, and further 3 7s. So basically 250 into 7, 250 into 7 will be equals to what? 0. 7 5s are 35, 3 remains, 7 2s are 14 and 3 17. 1750 is the right answer. Option number C for Chennai Super Kings is the correct answer for this question. है ना? चलो चलो हाँ अच्छा एक बार मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ. Do we have any such part? 20 whole 8 by 20 whole 8 by नहीं, that is option number B बेटा. मतलब option number B का ये वाला part और ये वाला part वो options की mistake है. This is a options mistake, right? So we don't have any such value which is divided by 11. We have only 8 by 11. The value will be 8 by 11 because here the denominator is 11. That's why we are just going with the with those part bearing 11 in the denominator. So here we have 20 whole 8 by 11 and 12 minutes past 3, right? Chalo, let's talk about this part. 1750 is the correct answer for this question. Now, I'm just going with this part. A total amount of rupees 12,000 is invested by Rachita at a rate of 5% compounded annually for 3 years. What amount will she get after 3 years? Sorted, easy one. So amount is equals to, we know that the formula is P and the value will be equals to 1 plus R divided by 100 whole power N. So if talking about the part, yes, here we have principal value will be equals to 12,000 and on 5% this value will be equals to like this, and power will be equals to 3 for 3 years. Yes, for 3 years. So if we just go for the calculation, 12,000 and this value will be equals to 21 divided by 20 and this value will be equals to 3. So further going with this part, 12,000 and this value will be equals to 8,000, and now 21 whole square will be 441. We are just going to multiply this. This value will be equals to 441. This value is 2, 8 and 8. The value is 1, 6 and this 9261. So here the value is 9261. 4 cancelling this out with 3 by 2 because 000 will get cancelled out. 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8. Further, this is in decimal 0.50. So going with the part 13891.50 from Ayush I am getting. Yes, so it means option number D is the right one. 13891.5 is the correct answer for this. Option number D is the correct one. Nice. Chalo, let's go with this part. And I think without calculation, you guys can easily go with this. What will be the correct answer for this question? So question number 13 says that if the sum of n elements of the series is x1, x2, x3, xn is k, then find the mean of the series ax1, ax2, ax3 up to axn. It means each and every observation is now multiplied to a. There is a constant which is a. If talking about the earlier series, in the earlier series, if the mean was k, if the arithmetic mean was k, and the new series is multiplied to a constant, it means that the new arithmetic mean will also be a into k. It means the previous mean will be multiplied by the same constant. So correct answer for this is option number A. If you guys need the explanation, the method and steps, so yes, we can go with like this. If talking about mean, the formula for mean is what? Sum of all observation divided by number of observation. Earlier it was, if talking about here, what is the value? X bar, the value of x bar is k, right? And here we can say yes, the value will be x1 plus here the value will be x2 plus here the value will be x3, and this will go on up to xn divided by, if talking about here we have n observations. So this is the method, this is the step which is already mentioned in the question. This is given part. Now we have to find the mean of ax1. If talking about ax1 plus ax2 plus ax3, if we go like this on just going it, what happens? Axn divided by n. Now you can take a as a common. When you are taking a as a common, what happens here is x1 plus x2 plus x3, and this will go on till x to the power xn divided by n, and this value is already mentioned as k. This value is already mentioned as k. Here we have a, so the value will be equals to a into k. So this is the right answer. Option number A is the correct one. This is how we can go with the correct answer. Chalo, done. K is the sum. K is the sum. If the sum of n elements of the series is x1, okay, all right. Oh, Yes, this is a slight mistake, so sorry, just give me. Acha, suppose if there is an average of these elements is k, then in that case the correct answer will be equals to ak. But currently the statement, what the statement says sum of n elements. It means that x1 plus talking about x2 plus talking about x3, this is the sum of elements which is given as k. Now if talking about the portion, here the value will be equals to what? Then find the mean of the series ax1, ax2, ax3. This is like this. So if we just multiply this, what happens? Ax1 plus ax2, we are just multiplying right like this. So this value will be equals to what? Axn. So currently this value will be equals to ak, right? So we just multiply a on the left hand side and right hand side to find the average. Now finding the average, what happens? You just have to divide it by n, number of observation. So ax1, ax2 plus ax3, this will be the average of axn terms divided by what happen? N. So the value will be equals to ak divided by n. ak divided by n. So ak divided by n is what? Option number B. If we have such questions, you just have to read it carefully. है ना? Chalo. No, AK is still the right answer. No, AK will not be the right answer because we know that here the sum is mentioned. Na? So you are just going to find the average. So for finding the average means we are just going to divide it by number of observation. So be careful in these type of questions, because when JIPMAT is asking the questions now, such type of twisted questions are asked, because it is just, I think that this was already pre-decided that such type of questions can be framed, and we are not aware about this fact that question can be based on sum as well. So yes, they will just give you the twisted questions as well. So just follow the questions very carefully. Now if talking about this, find the mode if the median and mean are 7 and 5 respectively. Yes, we know that here the formula is 2 mean minus 3 median and plus mode is equals to 0. This is the value. है ना? If we go with this part, here we know that we need to find the mode. So if we have 2 mean, what is the value of mean? The value of mean is what? 5. We'll put 5 over here. 3 into median. Median is what? Here we have 7, because this is median and mean are. So it means that, sorry, if this particular portion, here we know that median is equals to 7 and mean is equals to 5. So for mean is equals to 5 and median is equals to 7 plus mode is equals to 0. So if talking about the part, we know that 2 5s are 10 minus 7 3s are 21 plus mode. So mode will be equals to z will be equals to what? Z will be equals to 11. 11 is the correct answer. Yes, perfect. Bilkul sahi. Option number B is the right answer. Chalo. Going ahead with next part. One more thing, just give me a moment. This is the figure if talking about the part. Yes, just take it back. So let's go with this part. Here the statement says is a triangle ABC is circumscribed on a circle such that it touches the triangle at PQR as shown in the figure. All right. So it is given that BP is equals to AC is equals to 7 centimeter and BC is equals to 10 centimeter. Guys, if talking about this particular figure, we know that AB is tangent at point R for this circle. Definitely AC is also a tangent at point Q for the circle, and BC is also a tangent at point P for the circle. So all these are what? All these are just tangents, but statement says BC is equals to 10. It means that this complete value must be equals to 10. And further BP and AC 7. So BP, if talking about this, this is BP, BP is 7 and AC is 7. So AC is complete 7. Now if talking about if BP is 7 and BC is 10, if this is 10, it means that this is 3. Guys, if from this point BP and BR will be equal, because these are the tangents from the same point B. So if BP is 7, definitely BR is also 7. This value is also 7. If CP is 3, then definitely CQ is also 3, right? And the statement says for AC, the AC will be equals to 7. If AC is 7, then definitely AQ will be 4. From this point A, we have two tangents AQ and AR. So if AQ is 4, definitely AR is also 4. Now the point is we need to find the length of AB. So the length of AB is what? The length of AB must be equals to 11. 11 means option number C is the right answer for this question. Nice. So it is the correct one. Now let's move to the next part. The question says here, if ABC is an arc of a circle, all right. So let's see, this is a circle, है ना? And this is ABC is an arc. Let's say we are just going with it like this, and we can say yes, this is A, this is B, and this is C. ABC, angle ABC is 135 degree. The statement is saying that this angle is what? This angle is 135 degree. Now, then the ratio of arc ABC, to the circumference is, all right. So they are talking about, you just have to find ABC and divided by, if talking about circumference. So you need to find the ratio of this. This question is from geometry. This is the asked question, and there is a hint for you guys. What is that hint? This is the center, right? If this is the center, we can just drop it like this, correct? And we will just draw one more angle over here. This is, so we can say yes, this is cyclic quadrilateral. Now you guys can just check what will be the correct answer for this question. I am waiting for the response, which option is correct. This is the center, and say this is the point D, right? Anybody, just let me know. uh, 1:8. I'm getting one answer as 1:8. Waiting for, भाई ये ऑप्शन सी 1:8 कैसे हो? अच्छा, ऑप्शन सी 1:8 लिखा है, ठीक है. एनी मोर आंसर? Any more answer from you guys? Chalo, I'm just going to tell you how we can find the answer of such questions. Let's talk about the solution. Guys, as we know that this is a cyclic quadrilateral, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, a quadrilateral which is inside the circle. So the sum of the opposite angles will always be equals to 180 degree. So it means angle B plus angle D will be equals to always, the sum of angle B plus angle D will be always equals to 180 degree. So 180 minus 135, this value will be equals to 45 degree. If this value is 45 degree, this angle will be double, definitely double of this angle, because according to the property we know that the angle subtend at this part will be twice of this. So here if we have 45 degree, then definitely this value will be equals to 90 degree. It means that if talking about the arc ABC is subtending 90 degree. So it means that if talking about the portion, this is of 90 degree, angle arc ABC is subtending angle 90 degree at the center. And if talking about the whole circumference means this is just tracing 360 degree. So on solving this, what happens? The correct answer for this is what? 1:4. So 1:4 means option number D is the right one for this question, right? So this is the correct answer for this particular question. This is, I think this is a good question of moderate level based on geometry, right? So let's move ahead with question number 7. Guys, there is some change over here. Just give me a moment. There is a change. And what is that? Here, if talking about the portion, this is 4 divided by, this is 4 divided by 3. This is 4 divided by 3, and this is into, this is 2. Here we have 2. Yes. So this is 2 by 3, and again here we have 2 by 3. Chalo. So this is a question. The question says here is, if cosec theta minus sin theta is equals to m and sec theta minus cos theta is equals to n, then what is m to the power 4 by 3, n to the power 2 by 3, and m to the power 2 by 3 and n to the power 4 by 3 is equals to. This is a complete question. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this. Can anybody tell me about this? What will be the correct answer? Guys, should we go ahead with the solution? Acha, chalo, I'm just giving you a hint. The best part for this question is you can just put any value of any angle. Just go with theta equals to 45 degree. It will be easier for you to understand. So if we are just going to put theta is equals to, let theta is equals to 45 degree. So if we are just going to put this value, yes. So if we are just going to put this value theta, let theta is equals to 45 degree. What happens here is cosec theta means cosec 45 degree minus sine 45 degree. This value must be equals to m. So if talking about this portion, we know that this cosec 45 degree is equals to what? This value will be equals to root 2, and 1 upon sine 45 will be equals to 1 by root 2. This value will be equals to m. So root 2 and root 2 becomes 2. 2 minus 1 will be equals to 1. 1 divided by root 2. This value will be equals to what? M. So this value will be equals to m, right? Let's talk about sec theta. So again we can say yes, here we have sec 45 degree minus, let's talk about this cos 45 degree, and this value will be equals to n. So we can say yes, again here the value will be equals to under root 2 minus, if talking about this, 1 upon under root 2, that will be equals to n. So n is equals to what? N is equals to 1 by root 2. So we can say yes, m is equals to n is equals to 1 by root 2. Now what happens here is, if m and n are equal, we can say yes, m to the power 4 by 3 and into m to the power 2 by 3. Why I am writing m? Because m and n are equal. So we are just substituting n equals to m. Similarly, if talking about this part, here we have m to the power 2 by 3 into m to the power 4 by 3. By doing so, what happens here is m to the power, this value will be equals to 6 by 3. This value will be equals to m into 6 by 3. So it means that m square plus m square, the value will be equals to 2m square, and the value of m is 1 by root 2. If you just solve this value, the value will be equals to 1 divided by under root 2 whole square. The value will be equals to 2 into half. That value will be equals to 1. 1 means option number B is the right answer for this question. Yes, one can skip, but it is advisable that basic type of questions can be asked. So I think we have such time left, just 3 to 4 days you can practice trigonometry if you are just feeling that हाँ मतलब इतना अच्छा नहीं हुआ है, तो you can do it. ऐसा नहीं है कि skip करने से मतलब हो सकता है free का marks मिल जाए. It is not that much difficult if you remember the values of the different angles of different trigonometric ratios. Yes, you can easily attempt the question. ठीक है, चलो. Let's talk about this part. Cos theta plus sec theta is equals to k. What is the value of sine square minus tan square theta? Beta, just expecting answers from you guys. है ना? Yes, one can go without assuming as well. One can go without assuming as well. Definitely we'll do VA marathon as well soon, Ayush. है ना? चलो. So let's talk about this part. I'm just going with the solution. I think that this is one of the good questions. So I'm just going with the solution. If talking about cos theta and sec theta, we know that here we can write like this, that sec theta is equals to 1 upon cos theta, correct? Or vice versa we can say. We can say yes, cos theta is equals to sec theta, correct? So if talking about the portion, we know that we are just writing like this, cos theta, and talking about this value will be equals to 1 upon cos theta and is equals to, this value is already k, right? And just putting square on it, on putting a square, what happens? A plus b whole square. This value will be equals to a square and this value will be equals to b square, and this value will be equals to plus is equals to k square minus 2. Why minus 2? Because we are sure about the fact that here, if talking about this entire portion, what happens? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So this is a square, this is b square, and 2ab means what? 2 into cos theta into 1 by cos theta, that value will be 2. And transfer to right hand side, to that will be k square minus 2. So this value is now here we have. Currently we are just going with sin square theta. So we can say, if talking about sin square theta minus tan square theta, what happens here is, we know that this value will be equals to 1 minus cos square theta. Because sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1, so sin square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta. And if talking about this 1 plus tan square theta is equals to sec square theta, so 1 plus tan square, that will be value will be equals to sec square theta minus 1. This is the value. Just on so opening this, what happens here is 1 minus cos square theta and minus sec square theta and plus 1. 1 plus 1 will be equals to 2. 2 minus, if we take it as common, minus as common, cos square theta plus sec square theta will be equals to what? 1 plus cos square theta, right? And this is the value of cos square theta plus 1 by cos square theta. On putting the value will be equals to 2 minus cos square theta plus 1 by cos square theta is equals to k square minus 2. And on just opening this, value will be equals to 4 minus k square. So 4 minus k square is the right answer. 4 minus k square is option number B is the correct answer, right? So this is the answer for question number 18. Now let's have a look on another question. Yes, here we have determine the relation between x and y by solving the two quadratic equations. Yes, we can go with this part. Let's say here we have x square and this value can be written as 2x plus x and plus 2 is equals to 0. Yes, the second equation can be written as y square, and this we can say, if talking about the portion, 8 9s are 72. So 8 and 9 and plus 72 is equals to 0. Just by doing middle term split, what happens here is x plus 2, and further if talking about 1, x plus 2 remains. It means that if going with the values, here we have x plus 2 and here we have x plus 1 equals to 0. So we can say yes, x will be equals to either minus 1 or 2. Similarly, if we are just going with this part, y can be taken as common, y minus 8 minus 9 can be taken as common, so that value will be equals to y minus 8 is equals to 0. So the value will be y minus 8 and the value will be y minus 9. So this y will be equals to 8 and 9. Guys, in all the cases, you see here ki x is always lesser than y, x is always lesser than y, x is always lesser than y. So the correct answer is B option is the correct answer for this particular question. So option number B is the correct one. Now this question is for you guys. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. Minus 1, minus 2, yes. So in both the cases, we know that x is just less than y. That's why x is less than y. Guys, just go for this question. This is a question for you guys. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this. Determine the relation between x and y solving two quadratic equations. Again, this is not two quadratic equation. Basically, we can say first is the equation which is just linear equation, and second one is quadratic. You need to find the relation between x and y. B. B means x is greater than or equals to y. Everyone? Chalo. ठीक है. So yes, we know that here the x will be equals to what? 11. And here y square will be equals to 121. So y will be equals to plus minus under root 121. The value will be equals to plus minus 11. It means that here we have x is equals to plus 7. So it means either x is equals to y or x is greater than y. So x is greater than or equals to y. So x is greater than or equals to y means option number B is the right answer for this question. Chalo, let's move to this part. Find the least number which should be added to 1, 4, 5, 6 so that it is divisible by 6, 5 and 4 without leaving a remainder. It means a question based on number system. So if talking about this part, yes, we know that here we need to find the LCM of 6, 5 and 4 which is equals to 30. So students, what we need to do here is just dividing 1, 4, 5, 6 by 30. If we are dividing it by 30, we know that the value 3 4s are 12. This value will be equals to 120. Here the value will be equals to 2, 5 and 6. 3 6 are 24, it means 240. Now the point is left with 16. Guys, there is an extra value of 16. It means if we add 44 here, this value becomes 60 again. Sorry, if talking about this portion, yes, 60 will be the LCM, right? Yes, 60 will be the LCM. So we are just going to divide this by 60. So if talking about the portion, what will be the value? The value will be equals to here 60, and on dividing this by 60, the value will be equals to, chalo, this value will be equals to 2 times the value will be equals to 120, 2, 5, 6 remains. Further, if talking about this 4 times, 6 4s are 240, 16 remains. How much value is left? The value is, this value will be equals to 44. If we add 44, this value must be equals to 60. It means that 44 is, we are just, we need 44. So correct answer for this is option number C is the right answer. Chalo, perfect, hai na? So this is the right answer. Next question is 5, 6, 7, 8, A76 is divisible by 36. All right. So if talking about here, we have, I think this is the easy question for you guys. 5, 6, 7, 8 and A76. Guys, if breaking this 36, we know that this is just made up of 4 and 9. So let's talk about the divisibility of 4. Last 2 digits must be divisible by 4. 4 1s are 4, 3 remains, 36, 4 9s are 36. It means that last 2 digit is already divisible by 4. So it means that this number is already satisfying one of the conditions, one of the divisibility, that is 4. Now we need to check for 9. If we are just going with 9, what you have to do, just cancel the values which is giving you the sum of 9. So here we have talking about this portion. Say 5 and 6, that will be 11, 7, 18. Just cancel this out. Why 18? Because 18 is divisible by 9. So that's why we have just cancel this with 9. Further, if talking about 8 and 7, 15. 8, 7, 15. 15 and 6 will be equals to 21. So we can say 8, 7, 15, 6, 21. 21 and 6 will be 27. So here the value will be 6 because we know that 8, 6, 14, 14, 7, 21. 21 and 6 will be 27. 9 3s are 27. So for A equals to 6, it means that this number will be divisible by 36. So option number C is the right answer for this question. Chalo, A sold a watch to B at a profit of 20%, B sold it to C at 30%, C sold it to D at 10% loss. If B's profit is rupees 80 more than that of A, then D bought it for. Now it's all up to you. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this question. Waiting for the answer. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this question. Question number 21. Just let me know. I'll definitely go for question number 21. Okay. Okay. Question number 21. I'm just going with question number 21. Again, beta, if talking about the entire portion, what happens here is the question is saying that find the least number which should be added to 1, 4, 5, 6 so that it is divisible by 6, 5 and 4. So let's talk about 6, 5 and 4. We need to find the LCM. Why we need to find the LCM? Let's talk about first LCM of this number is 60. It means that 60 is the very smallest number, least number, which comes in multiple of these three. It means 60 is divisible by 4, 60 is divisible by 5, 60 is divisible by 6. 60 is divisible by all these three numbers without leaving any remainder. So 60 is the first number. 60 is the first number which is not leaving any remainder when divided by these numbers. So that's why we just go with LCM. Uske baad next is you will go to divide 1456 by 60. Why? Because we know that Right after 60 we have 120, next we have 180, next we have 240. So multiples of 60 will go on. These are the numbers which when divided by 6, 5 and 4 leaves no remainder without leaving a remainder, right? So we are just dividing 1, 4, 5, 6. 62 times 120. Further here the value will be 25, 256. 6 4s are 24. It means that here 16 remains. There is 16 extra. There is 16 extra. So how much we add so that this value is again divisible by 60? So it means that we have already 16. If we add 44 here, on adding 44 this becomes 60 and this will be divisible by 60. So 44 is needed. If we add 44 in this number will become a multiple of 60, and if this number is multiple of 60, it means it is completely divisible by 6, 5 and 4, leaving no remainder. I hope that it is clear now. If it is clear, just let me know in the chat box that it is clear. Chalo, waiting for the response for this question. A sold a watch to B at a profit of 20%. So I'm just writing like this. Let's say CP, let's say SP, let's say A. Here we have B, here we have C, here we have D. So let's suppose that this is 100 is the value for A, and A sold a watch to B at a profit of 20%, 120 will be the value. It means that if A is selling at 120, B is just buying it at 120. Now the point is B sold it to C at 30%. So 120 and 130%. So if just going for this, 12 3s are 36, 3 remains, 12 1s are 12, 3 15, 156. It means B is selling at 156 and C is buying it at 156. Further the statement says that C sold it to D at 10% loss. So it means that 156 we are just going to find 90%. So this value will be equals to what? If 9 6 are 54 and then 9 5s are 45, 45 49, 4 remains, 9 1s are 9 4, 13, 139.4. So 139.4 and this value is 139.4. Now the point is the statement says here is yes, we can go with X as well. So either we will go with X as well. We can say here is just by solving this what happens. See. The point is, if talking about the portion, we will go with fraction or proportion. What it says, if B's profit is 80 more, B's profit, let's talk about the profit of B. The profit of B is what? The profit of B is 36. The profit of B is 36. So is more, right? B's profit is 80 more than that of A. So what is the profit of A? 20, right? So it means that here the difference of profit is what? 16. 16 is the difference, right? And according to question, what is the profit? That is 80, correct? This is the 80 more, right? And when we are talking about this, the original cost is 100. It means we need to find the original cost. So 16 5s and the original cost is 500, right? The original cost is 500. Then D bought it for. So the statement is asking about D. You can just multiply it by 5. Because we know that we are just multiplying it by 5, every value will be multiplied by 5. So 5 4s are 20, 2 remains, 9 5s are 45, 47. So if talking about this, we can go with like this as well. And further, we can also write like this. The another equation for this is what? You can go like this, that here we have cost price. Yes, here we have cost price. And here we have selling price, and this value is A, this value is B, this value is C, this value is D. Let's say this, the cost price of this is X. A is just selling it at 20% profit, so that will be 1.2x. It means this is 1.2x. And further, if talking about the portion, this value is 1.2 into 1.3. Why 1.3? Because B is selling at 30%. So 12 3s are 36, 3 remains, 12 1s are 12, 15. 1.56. This value will be equals to 1.56x. Further, this is 1.56x. And let's talk about this portion. 90% because 10% loss. C is selling to D at 10% loss. It means 0.9. So 9 6 are 54, 5 remains, 9 5s are 45, 45 and 5 49, 4 remains, 9 1s are 9 and 4 13. So the value will be equals to 1.394. 1.394x and this value 1.394x, right? Further, if we go with the solution, what happens here is the value says over here is if B's profit is 80 more, let's talk about B. The profit of B, profit of B will be equals to what? The profit of B will be equals to what? That will be equals to 0.36x. So this value is 0.36x. Further, let's talk about profit of A. Profit of A. The profit of A is 0.2x, 0.2x. The statement is saying that profit of B, that is 0.3x minus 0.2x, will be equals to 80, because the profit of B is more than profit of A, that will be equals to 80. Further, going with 0.16x will be equals to 80. Further, x is equals to 80 and divide by 0.16x. Further, we can say yes, 16 5s are 500. The value of x is 500. Now the point is, then D bought it for. So you will just write 1.394 into 500. This will be the value. 1.3954 is the value. So this is how you can just go. चलो डेली के लिए बेटा yes, we will discuss with योगेश सर एंड टीम कि एक बार अगर पॉसिबल हो सकता है तो हम बिल्कुल करेंगे, है ना. चलो, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट अनदर क्वेश्चन. द मार्क प्राइस ऑफ एन आर्टिकल इज 40% above its cost price. If its selling price is 73 whole 1/2% of the mark price, then the profit percentage is. Beta, if talking about the portion, here we have CP, here we have SP, here we have MP. Now the point is, if this is X, then definitely this value will be equals to 1.4x. Why? Because mark price of an article is 40% above its cost price. So if cost price is x, then definitely mark price is 1.4x. Now the point says here is, if its selling price is 73 whole 1/2, so it means that 73 whole 1/2 means 2 3s are 6, 2 7s are 14, plus 1 divided by 2, 147 divided by 2%. It means that selling price is this percent of the mark price. So we are just going with 147 divided by 200 of what? Of this 1.4x. So let's say if we are just going to solve this, what happens? This is 0.7, right? And now I'm just going to multiply this. 7 7s are 49. 7 4s are 28 and 4 32. 3 remains. 7 1s are 7 and 3 10. Beta, we have 3 places of decimal. 1 place is this and 2 places of 100. So 1.029x. So we can say 1.029x. Now the point is, then profit percentage is, if you need to find the profit percentage, we know that this value will be equals to what? 2.9% is the right answer. Why? Because we know that here the extra is 1.029. So the formula is what? SP minus CP upon CP into 100. 1.029x minus x divided by x into 100. Beta, we can take x as common and just cancel this out. The value will be equals to here 0.029 into x, and this value will be equals to what? 2.9%. So correct answer is option number D is the right answer for this question. Correct. Let's move to another important question. Here we have. Chalo. So the question says type A chili powder of rupees 136 per kg and type B chili powder of rupees 168 per kg is mixed, and the cost price of the mixture becomes, that is not minus, this is just, you can say, okay, this is rupees 144. This is only rupees 144. So the value will be equals to rupees 144. Chalo. Talking about this part, here we have type A chili powder. We can say yes, here we have A and here we have B. The cost of A is 136. Further, and type B chili powder of rupees 168 per kg. This is 168 per kg. Further, the statement says that and the cost price of the mixture becomes rupees 144. We'll just put 144 here with the help of allegation, right? So on just cancelling this, 8 minus 4 will give you 4, and this value will be equals to 24, and this value will be equals to 8, right? So the ratio of the quantities will be 3:1. The quantity of A is 3 and the quantity of B is 1. Now the point is, the question says here this mixture is 104 kg. So guys, if talking about the quantity of A and talking about the quantity of B as well. So quantity of A is what? Here we have 3:1. So we can say yes, 3/4, and here we have 1/4 of what? Of total quantity. Total quantity is 104. So on solving this, what happens here is this value will be equals to 26 right? This value will be equals to 26. And further talking about this portion here, 3 6 are 18, 1 remains, and 3 2 are 6 1 7, 78, right? So quantity of A is 78, quantity of B is 26. Now the question is saying if 14 kg of type A and 18 kg of type B was added, okay, 14 kg is added here, 18 kg is added here. Now we need to find the ratio of the new quantity. If we find the ratio, 8 plus 4 will be equals to 12, 7 1 8 1 92, and if talking about 8 6 14, and this value will be equals to 44. Yes, we can cancel this with 4, 4 11s are, 4 2s are, 4 3s are, 23 is to 11 means option number B is the right answer. Chalo, correct? Should we move ahead? Done, clear? यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया? यहाँ तक कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है? Let me know, is this clear? Concept is okay? Perfect, है ना? In a mixture of milk and water in a ratio 4:1, some water is added to make the quantity of milk and water equal. Find the quantity of water added in the percentage. Guys, I am expecting answers from you guys for this particular question. Just let me know what will be the right answer for this question. What will be the correct answer for this question? This is one of the good questions. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this question. Anybody? Chalo. 37.5% is the correct answer. Very good, beta. In a mixture of milk and water in the ratio 4:1. So if talking about water, what is the part of water here? The part of water is 1. So 1 out of 5 is what? 20%. We know that here the water is 20% and the milk is 80%, right? So I'm just going with mixture 1. Here is mixture 1 and here is mixture 2. And finally, if talking about mixture 1, we have only 20% water initially, and the statement says some water is added to make the quantity. So if you are just adding water, it means that will be a pure water, that is not a mixture. It contains 100% water, so you will take 100% value here because you are adding 100% water and no mixture in it. Some water is added to make the quantity of milk and water equal. So finally in the mixture you will get how much water? 50% water and 50% milk. Here initially the in the first mixture the water was 20% and we are adding 100% pure water to make it the mixture containing 50% water. If you are going with this part, here we know that the value will be equals to 50%, and if talking about this, we know that the value will be equals to 30%. So it means that the ratio of quantity will be equals to 5:3. It means how much you have added? You have added only 3 parts. Out of what? Out of total 8 parts. So 3 out of total 8 parts. Total 8 parts, you have added 3 parts into 100 because we are just going to find how much percent of water. Find the quantity of water added in percentage. So 3 by 8 into 100, that will be equals to beta 37.5%. We can say if we just cancel this out, this value will be equals to 12.5, and 12.5 into 3 will be equals to 37.5%, which is option number D is the right answer for this question. Right, now we are just going with next part. 5 persons paint a house in 3 days when they work 8 hours every day. Then if one person works 4 hours every day, then how much time will he take to complete the same work? Guys, you already discussed and already learned about this formula. M1 D1 T1 divided by W1 is equals to M2 D2 T2 divided by W2. What is M? M stands for number of men, D stands for number of days, T stands for number of time, which is in hours. Again, M2, number of men, number of days, number of time, time in hours, work and work. So the question says 5 persons. Number of men is 5 persons. Further days, in 3 days, yes. Further when they work 8 hours, so that value will be 8. And the statement says here is only one work, 100% work. Similarly, if talking about this, this is one work and men 2. Then if one person, the question says about one person, so M1 is equals to 1. The statement says work for 4 hours every day. How much time in day will he take to complete? It means we need to find number of days and he or she is working only 4. One person working for 4 hours, so time will be 4 hours. If we go for finding the value, this value will be equals to 5 2s are 10, 10 3s are 30, D equals to 30. Option number A is the right answer for this question. D equals to 30 is the right answer for this question. है ना? चलो, let's talk about another question. 10 women can complete a work in 7 days and 10 children take 14 days to complete the work. It means that if we talk about one woman, if talking about one woman in a day completes how much work? This value will be equals to 1 divided by 10 into 7, that is 1 divided by 70 work. 1 divided by 70 work is done by one woman in a day. Similarly, if talking about one child in a day, it completes how many work? Definitely you have 10 children and 14 days, so that value will be equals to 1 upon 140 work. So this is the work done by one woman in a day and this is a work done by one child in a day. Now the question says how many days will 5 women and 10 children take to complete the work? So let's talk about 5 women. We just have to multiply it by 5. This value will be equals to 5 divided by 70. And if talking about this 10 children, so this value will be equals to 10 divided by 140. So we can say yes, if we take 140 as LCM, taking 140 as LCM, what happens here is this value will be equals to 10 and this value will be equals to 10. This value will be equals to 20 divided by 140 is equals to 1 by 7. So it means that what is the correct answer? The correct answer is 7 days because this is 1 by 7 work, right? So it means that in one day. So it means this is a work in one day. So we can say for one day the number of work is 1 by 7. If you just solve this, cross multiply, 7 days 1 work. So 7 days 1 work to complete the work. The correct answer for this question is 7 days. I hope that it is clear to everybody. Perfect, है ना? चलो. So I'm just moving it with question number 29. I think this is also an easy one. 4 men and 6 women finish a job in 8 days. So yes, the equation will be something like this. 4 divided by x and plus 6 divided by y is equals to 1 by 8. This is the first equation. And the second equation is 3 divided by x. And here we have 7 divided by y is equals to 10 days 1 by 10. If somebody asks about, sir, how can we find the equation? How this equation can be framed? Yes, we can say like this, that if talking about, let's say one man is taking x days to complete one work, right? So it means that if I'm talking about one day work, what is the one day work? 1 by x work. This is a work done by one man in one day. So it means how many men are working? 4. It means that for 4 men, what happens here is that value is multiplied by 4. So this value is 4 by x. So that's why we have written like this, 4 by x. Similarly, for 1 woman, 6 divided by y. So this value is 6 divided by y. This is a work done by 4 men and 6 women in one day, right? And they are taking how many days? 8 days. If we just multiply this by 8, here is one work completed. So just transferring this 8, 1 by 8. So 4 by x plus 6 by y equals to 1 by 8. Similarly, we have equation number 2 as well. On solving, you get the value of x and y. The question is asking about in how many days will 10 women working together finish it. Once finding the value of y, you can easily find the answer of which is asked in the question. Correct? So we are just skipping this question. Now let's move to the question which is the easy one. The average height of 3 girls is 180. All right, the average height of 3 girls is 180. So if average of 3 girls and the ratio of their heights is 4:5:6. So we can say 4m, we can say 5m, we can say 6m. The average will be equals to 3 and this value will be equals to 180. So 4, 5, 6 means what? 15m is equals to 3 into 180. If you just cancel this, 15 this value will be equals to 12 times, so 12 into 3, that value will be equals to 36. Now the question is asking about height of the smallest girl, which is 4m. So 4m means what? 4m is equals to 4 into 36. The value will be equals to 144. It means 144 centimeter is the correct answer for this question. I hope that it is clear to everybody. Yes, we can go with the efficiency method as well, Akansha. One can go with this part as well, right? So the correct answer for this is 144. Guys, the ratio of two numbers is 6:7 and their LCM is 546. What is the sum of these two numbers? We will go with 2-3 more problems and then definitely we are going to wrap up this class. So left with few more questions. I am expecting answers from you guys for this particular question. Question number 31 is also a good and important question. I am expecting answers from you guys. Just let me know what will be the correct answer for this question. Anybody? Chalo. Should we start? Or you guys need some time to complete the question? You guys need few more time, few more seconds, few more minutes to solve this question, or should we go ahead with the discussion? Chalo. So we are just going with the discussion here. As the question says, the ratio of two numbers is 6:7. Definitely, let's say the numbers are A and B. If we just separate them, the value will be equals to 6m and the value will be equals to 7m. So the LCM of A and B is already mentioned, and that is 546. So how can we go with the LCM? We know that we need 6, we need 7, and we need m. Because when you are going with the LCM, what it says, if we are just going with LCM, what it says that highest power, we need to take highest power of all possible factors, right? Now in this case, 6 to the power 1, and we can just break like this. So A is equals to what? 2 to the power m, 1, 3 to the power 1, and m to the power 1. If talking about B here, we know that 7, we cannot break 7. 7 to the power 1, m to the power 1. So what happens here is, according to this statement, highest power of all possible factors. So highest power of all possible factors will be equals to what? LCM is equals to all possible factors. We have 2, we have 3, we have 7, we have m, and the highest power of every possible factor is 1, 1, 1, 1, and LCM will be equals to what? That is 546. So you can just write 546 over here. This value will be equals to 6 into 7 into m. Now we are just going to find the value of m. On finding the value of m, the value will be equals to 546 divided by 6 into 7. On just cancelling this with 6 9s are 54, 6 1s are 6, 7, 13 times. So this value is 13. Now the value of m is 13. The question says what is the sum of these two numbers? So sum of these two numbers is what? Sum of these two numbers is 6m plus 7m. We can say just take m as common. 6 plus 7, the value of m is what? The value of m is 13, and this value is also 13, which is 13 square. So the right answer for this is square of 13. Option number B is the correct answer for this part, right? So this is one of the good questions. Square of 13 is the right answer. Again, the last question for the day, the LCM of two numbers is 14 times their HCF. Okay, so we can say yes, LCM is equals to two numbers is 14 times their HCF. This is equals to like this, and further the statement says the sum of LCM and HCF, LCM plus HCF, that will be equals to 600. So we can say yes, this value, in place of LCM we can just put 14 into HCF, and here we have plus HCF, and this value will be equals to 600. So we can say 15 times of HCF, that must be equals to 600. So for the value of HCF, the value is 15, 4s are 60, 40. If HCF is 40, we can put the value and find the LCM. So from here, the LCM will be equals to 14 into 40, that value will be equals to 560. So here we have LCM. Now, if one number is 280, then the other is. We know that LCM of two numbers and HCF of those two numbers is equals to product of the numbers. This is the property of HCF and LCM. So LCM is 560 and HCF is what? HCF we find 40 is equals to product of two numbers. Let's say 280 is one of the number and we need to find B. Correct. Further, this value will be equals to 2 times. So B will be equals to 80. So 80 is the right answer for this question. 80 means option number D is the right answer for this question. I hope that this is clear to you guys. We have few more questions left in the part, but I think that you guys can easily do it, as this question is also an easy one. If 25a plus 25b is equals to 115, so you can take 25 as common. This value will be equals to a plus b, and this value is 115. On finding this, you can say a plus b will be equals to 115 divided by 25. On just cancelling this with 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15, divided by 5 5s are. Now further the statement says the average of A and B. So average of A and B, that is divided by 2. On dividing this by 2, what happens? 23 divided by 10, which is equals to beta 2.3 is the average of A and B. So none of these is the right answer. 2.3 is the correct one. This is how we can solve the questions. Rest of the questions can be done by you guys easily. I hope that this is sufficient for today, and see you soon with few more marathons based on QA and LR and VA as well. We'll discuss with the team and Yogesh sir, and definitely you guys will be will let you know in the our WhatsApp group, right? So thank you so much for joining this marathon session. Hope you enjoyed the session. Just go with the practice. Still we have enough time to go with practice sessions, go with PYQs, go with mocks, attempt more questions, as many questions as you can. Just target that you guys will go for at least 2 mocks per day. If you go with 2 mocks per day or PYQs per day, it will help you a lot in solving the problems easily, and definitely you can track your progress, and you can just scan the paper that how questions can be asked, on which topic they are just going to ask more questions, and what type of questions can be asked by JIPMAT, right? So see you soon with more sessions. तक के लिए goodbye and take care.